Hey, yo, what's up? Stuff here. Just hold on, doing a little experimentation here. Okay. Mia, stop it. I'm babysitting my girlfriend's dog, Mia. My girlfriend's out of town this weekend, so I am babysitting Mia as well as Elsa's here as well. So they get very excited sometimes and they kind of feed off each other. Like one barks and then the other one barks, and it's a bark fest back and forth. So hopefully there's not too much of that tonight, but there might be some of it. Not much I can do about it. Um, so I have the poll up again. Last live stream a couple weeks ago, there's this confusion, mostly by Marty, about how the poll works. So let me just explain this, even though I'll probably have to explain it more than once. On the screen, you see a poll about the Bagode X Max, and there's 4 options there. You vote on this poll by just putting the appropriate number in the chat, a 1, 2, or 3, or 4, and it will add your vote to the poll, which I will share the results later on. The advantage of doing a poll this way is it goes across all of the concurrent streams that are going on. There's a total of 5 streams that are going on right now. Wide width, phone orientation on the Duff channel, same thing on EUC Army, and then also on Twitch. So, but these polls, the results aggregate across all the streams. So that's kind of cool. And as far as the chats go, down here in the bottom right-hand corner, you see all of the chat messages. Let's make them a little bit bigger, maybe. All. And make the font medium. It's a little bigger. That might be a little bit better. So anyways, yeah, if you want to vote in the poll, this stream, you would think it when you see the thumbnail, but this is like all about the X-Pack, but it's really not. Yeah, that I've heard nothing but positive things about it so far, although there's some negative things that we're going to talk about that has to do with things that happened with the X-Max over in China. That's one of the things we're going to be talking about as well, because I actually got indirectly mentioned in a video that talked about some of those things. All right, let's do that. Let me first thank my channel members. That's always an important thing to do. Right now, let me hide myself. And let's see, I'm going to hide the poll for now too. So let's see, I do that by doing this and I hide it. Okay, there we go. But you can continue to vote on it, is my understanding. All right, my current channel members, 26. I think I lost a couple in the last couple weeks. I think I had 28 last time. The most I've ever had is 29. I don't think I've ever cracked 30 channel members. Gotten close, but never cracked 30. Dale, Electric Unipsycho. Let's see. Wait, that's right. Let me sort this. This is the way I like to do it. I sort it by time as a member. All right, first, Animated Limb, Spitfire, Mr. Rexy, who still hasn't gotten his EUC Army shirt. I'll talk about that in a little bit. Timothy Plumley, Brian McCann, Scampster, Blue Collar Jose, Philip Arnold, a member for almost 2 years, 22 months. Planet Iceland, DJ Whiteflower, Babbitt the Wabbit, Dale the Electric Unipsycho has been a member for 3 years now, Dale. And that's amazing, right? I don't know. Is Dale here? I'm not sure if he's here or not. Not sure if I saw him. I know Simon's here. I don't know if I saw Dale. Brian Gonzalez, Michelle Bard Daly, MeUC and my EUC on-air promo. Larry Zarkov has been a member for 48 months. Larry sold his patent recently. Larry's down to, I think, 3 wheels, believe it or not. Is that it? No, that's not it. Medium Dog, 50 months. Doug Yetman, 52 months. Ratman Murray, 52 months. Simonisms, also known as E. Simon or just plain old Simon, 55 months. Rocky Top, 56 months. He was in the last live stream, I believe. Pitt was here, 56 months. Senator Perry, 61 months. Marty, that's Marty Eakin. No, it's Eakin, I think. 61 months, and Stu Ross, 61 months. So they are over the 5-year mark, my longest term members. Thank you very much for your support. And I think it's important to recognize my members whenever it's possible. So, okay, we can take that off the screen. And here I am. I'm back. All right. So let's see who we got here. A couple people that came in early. Got a couple early reminders to hit that like button when you get in the stream. You know, if you enjoy these streams, if you want to see them grow, if you want to see them exposed to more people, take a second and hit that thumbs up. And it will let YouTube know that you interacted with the video and you're paying attention, and they might show it to more people that way. They might not, but we'll see. Dale says that's a bit rough. What, if you want to run your hands through Marty's hair? Yeah. So Dale is here. And like I mentioned, Simon is here. Does this sound all right? I'm going through voice mod again. I'm using the clean mic right now. I still have my annoying voices too. Let's see. Let's pick an annoying voice just to make sure that that's working.
Like this is this an annoying voice? Probably is. It's called Kratos, which I believe is a figure from a video game, I think.
Back to clean. So just let me know if that voice worked. Ghost of Gut Funk, Tier 100, donating to the Marty. Oh, you donated 100 bits. Ghost of Gut Funk is over on Twitch, donating to the Marty Haircut Fund. Yeah, good luck. I mean, because you have to donate not only to his haircut fund, but also his hair coloring fund. You know, you have to. Marty goes to a hair salon. He doesn't. I don't think he goes to a barber. I think he goes to a hair salon. I'm pretty sure. Simon asks, "Is it too early for beers?" No, I know it's early over there, but it's not too early here for sure. It's what is it? 7:57. I'm rocking the Cayman Jack tonight. Off camera, I put, you probably don't see it. Well, I guess, I don't know if it shows you that or not when you come in the stream. I think it does. A goal. I think it's a 5 super chat goal. And the reward is I take a shot of tequila if that happens. So we'll see. I think the tequila might be safe. Disconnected. Number 1, as far as the poll goes. Let's review the poll. Let's put the poll back up for a second. The poll of what your feelings about the Pagoda X-Max. You want an X-Max. And again, if you want to vote in this poll, just simply put the number in chat. That's it. You don't click on anything. Just put a number in chat for your selection, and that will register your vote in the poll. So anyways, Disconnected says, I don't know how to ride an EUC yet. I just got the Emotion V6 to learn. Oh, yeah? Cool. I have an Emotion E20 right here. The dual wheel version, but I think the V6 is better to have a more accurate learning experience than the E20. But you want an X-Max once you learn to ride. Okay, good deal. Dale agrees that it's not too early to drink, but he's good for now. You had a big day yesterday, really? A big drinking day yesterday, Dale? Disconnected you have an X-Max in your cart with the underground code for the $100 discount code. Okay, so what? Aren't they listed for what, $3,500? So what, you can get it for $3,400? It's a good price. I mean, if you're just comparing performance numbers, and the way the wheel feels on the road, to the P6, it's very comparable from what I've seen with reviews so far. I've never ridden one, but I've mentioned in my ride on the Commander GT Pro Plus that in a lot of ways that reminds me of the ride experience on the P6 as well. Has a 190 tire on it, heavy, planted, stable. It feels very similar to me. Dale says the poll is too small to read. What? It looks like you're on widescreen, Dale. That shouldn't be too small to read. Really? Is it? Huh. Okay. It's the poll thing is a new feature. Maybe there's options that I'm not aware of to make it more visible. Simon had took a day off work and spent it at the pub yesterday. Well, Friday, which is today for me. I don't know if I could spend a whole day drinking. I don't know if I would find that enjoyable. I guess it depends on the company that you're keeping, right? Probably. Disconnected. The underground code is 179 off. Oh, okay. But you're ordering still from Bago.com, right? Or you're ordering it some other way. Dale says, can you read the poll out? I can't read it. It's too small on my screen. Okay. All right. You might have heard it again, but I'll do it again just to make it easy. Well, I guess, yeah, you're in your phone, Dale, so maybe it is hard to read. The poll says, what are your feelings about the Bagode X-Max? And there's 4 options. Number 1, I want one. Number 2, I no longer trust Bagode. No thanks. Number 3, I would rather have a P6. And number 4, I don't want an X-Max. Without mentioning a trust issue, you just don't want an X-Max. So again, just put your number in the chat and it will register your vote on that poll. All right. Let's see. We have Yoink. Hi, Yoink. How you doing? Yoink is on the phone on the Shorts feed. What's this? This is a live stream primarily about electric unicycles and personal electric vehicles, all that kind of stuff. It can drift in and out of other subjects, but it's primarily about electric unicycles. Disconnected. You should do a Bagode X-Max giveaway. Yeah, sure, I should, right? Well, first I would need Bagode to give me a wheel for free, which would never happen. Yeah, well, that's all I would need really, is for Bagode to give me one. Like, give me one to demo, and then once I'm done with it, I'll give it away. But I don't think they would approve that plan. Disconnected. I prefer the widescreen stream. Yeah, I mean, I do too, typically when I'm streaming, but some people do like the Shorts feed because they're watching on their phone. On the Shorts feed, you basically just see me and my chair and the microphone. That's about it. And it makes it difficult. Like if I show media and stuff, it's small. So, but it's convenient. You know, if you're watching on your phone, there's a lot of people that watch these things on the phone. I typically don't ever watch a live stream on a phone, but a lot of people do. Simon is explaining the screen choice situation. Sounds good. Mike sounds good. Okay. Do the Marty voice. Well, there's several Marty voices. Let's see. I think I like using the one that's called Karen for Marty. Here's Karen.
I like to use this voice, when Marty makes his smart-ass comments or his all-knowing comments, or when he likes to correct me, or when he likes to brag about the fact that he knows stuff that other people don't know, or he has wheels that other people don't have, or he's getting wheels that other people don't have. Those are all appropriate times to use the Marty voice.
And we're back to...
Whoops.
Okay, clean mic. Oh, that voice was from a video game? Yeah, yeah, it is. I never played it. Is it Gods of War? I don't know what it is. I recognize the guy, but I've never played the game. Dale, does this count as a super chat? Yeah, this is a feature that all members have. I think once a month they allow you to post a message like that, a visible message like a super chat. It looks like a super chat. But they don't charge you for it. So yeah, It looks just like a super chat, but it's free, included with your membership. Which is nice, I guess, right? Disconnected. He likes the XMAX not just for speed, but for range too. Okay. Well, I mean, there's lots of wheels that'll get you similar range for less money too. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Well, you said you already have it in your cart. But just before I went live, I was on Facebook and I saw someone selling a Commander GT Pro Plus, the wheel that I have that I recently got. Yeah, the wheel that has a 4,400 watt hour battery in it and 190 tire on it and 120 pounds or whatever. He's selling one for $2,300. So an XMAX is affordable. A used wheel like that is even more affordable. And I think it has less than 500 miles on it. Okay, more discussion about reading the polls. Simon can already tell you Dale's answer. I can tell you too. Yeah. This says the code is underground 0105 in the Begode store. Okay, well, if anyone else is looking for a is that good just for the XMAX or in general? Dale says you need to have a Begode Fire to get a free wheel from them or trash them for 6 years. Yeah, right. I still can't believe that you got that T4 a couple years ago. Spider-Man. What's up, Homelander? What's up? I have had people tell me that in the past, by the way. I've had people tell me that I look like a lot of people. Homelander is one of the names that has been dropped over the years. Don't know why. Simon says if you trash them, you get a free camera too. Did you got a camera, Dale? Did I know that? I did not know that. Marty voice is funny AF good, working as attendant. Wonderful show up. I don't know. There's not a lot of the California crowd that used to be in here on a regular basis that's in here anymore for reasons we won't discuss on stream. But Marty still pops in. Marty and Larry. Those are the two that I can still count on pretty regularly. This says, first time I've seen a stream with a choice in format. Yeah, this is something that was introduced recently. It used to be like I would do one stream because I have two. Well, I have like 5 channels, YouTube channels, but I have this channel, the Duff channel, which has my PEV stuff and everything else I do, 3D stuff, car repair stuff, all kinds of stuff. It's all on this channel. I have 2,402 videos right now on this channel. And then I also have the EUC Army channel, which is just PEV content. And I used to not live stream there at all. But with the platform that I'm using, StreamYard, it makes it super, super easy to stream to multiple platforms at once. And they also recently added the ability to stream. Well, YouTube added the ability, and StreamYard incorporated it to stream widescreen format and phone format at the same time. So I've been taking advantage of that. Some people, the only downside to this, as far as I'm concerned, is it breaks out, from your perspective, it breaks out the chats. Unless you're watching the screen, on the screen, the bottom right-hand corner, you can see everybody chatting from all sources. But if you're looking at the YouTube chat, you can only, I believe, unless this has changed, I don't think it has, you can only see the chats from other people that are in that stream. So like you can only see the people that are in the phone stream, or only see the people that are in the widescreen format stream. So that's kind of annoying. And that's why you if you look on the screen, you will see what everyone is saying on the screen. And everyone sees what you say on the screen as well. This says, I tried other EUC, but seems to work only on the XMAX. So that discount code? Okay. So, okay, maybe I did know that, Dale, that they sent you an Insta360. Yeah, and now you, and so when you started going back to veteran, did they like reach out to you? Like were they disappointed? Did They say, send me back my wheel, send me back my Insta360. I'm curious if you got any kind of blowback for that. I'm sure they weren't happy. Captain Send It. Hello, everyone. Hello. How's it going, Captain Send It? It's a Friday evening. I actually gave like probably 12 hours notice on the stream, which is a lot. I posted the stream this morning. As I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, my girlfriend's out of town this weekend, so I'm like, even though I streamed 2 weeks ago, I might as well stream again. Why not? I have a wide open weekend. Going to get some riding in. I'm sort of thinking about the idea of trying to do a range test on the GT Pro Plus. Except I'm watching the dogs, and I'm going to be gone. To do a range test on that wheel with a 4,400 watt-hour battery would take a long time. So that's the only negative. I don't know that I'm going to do a range test this weekend. I probably need to do it when the dogs are being taken care of by my girlfriend. Okay, the Australians are talking to each other. Blue Collar Jose. Yeah, Blue Collar Jose has known about this because he's done it a few times. Jose, Dale just discovered this super chat thing you get to do as a member. Blue Collar Jose has been a member for 15 months. Hey, Duff, are you doing a range test on your new wheel? Oh, that's funny that you just said that. I didn't even see that comment, and I was just talking about it. I am. But I don't think this weekend. I do want to do one. It's 4,400 watt hours. There's a good chance that I could get more range on that than I did the P6, which I got 77 miles out of. But it was a very, very long day doing that range test in the P6, and I think if I'm going to do a range test on the GT Pro Plus, I need to like give myself an extended weekend or something like that, like take a Monday or a Friday off. That'd probably be better. And do it on one of those days. And unfortunately, I can't sit on the GT Pro Plus. If I could sit on it comfortably, it would be way, way better. You know, I've been going out a few times, riding on my wheels with my girlfriend, riding her electric bike that I got her, which she really likes. And the last time I did it, I took the V13, and we rode for, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 miles. I probably rode 80% of that seated on the V13. The V13, because it's 22 inches, is a 22-inch wheel. I have a picture on my social media somewhere of the GT Pro Plus next to the V13. You can see the significant difference in height. But not only is it a bigger wheel, but I bought pedal hangers that drop the pedals a couple inches, so I have even more space to sit down. So I can ride the V13 seated forever. It's super comfortable. I can't ride any of my other wheels seated. So I do have the option of maybe putting a yoga block on the GT Pro Plus. If I can fix it, it might be okay to ride seated. I'll test that. If I could ride seated, it would make a range test much better, because otherwise you're standing the entire time, which is what I did on the P6, and it's not fun. Simon, range test over a couple days. Yeah, I could do that. I've done that before. I don't do it. I think I've only done it once, actually, split it over a couple days, but I could do that, sure. It just, to me, it doesn't seem quite as accurate as just doing it all in one shot, but it's close enough. It really is. Blue Collar Jose asking how long it took in the P6 when I did my 77 miles. 6 hours, maybe. There's a lot of stops. You know, I was all over the place. I mean, I went out towards my old house. I was down at the beach. I was all over the greater Naples area. The one road I was on 3 different times. So it feels warm in here. Watch this. Alexa, set temperature to 73 degrees.
I've set the AC to 73 degrees.
It's nice, right? I got a new piece of of home automation that I'm going to try to install this weekend. That's one of the things I want to do this weekend. It's a little like, I guess you would call it a robot, sort of. It's designed to close sliding curtains, like what's on, like what you have over a slider, like a glass slider door. You basically put it on the rod and you attach it to the curtains, and then it has a wheel that creates friction and it just rides back and forth on that rod, and it opens and or closes the curtains automatically. You can control it with a remote, with an app, or you can integrate it into your home speaker system as well, like your Alexa or Google Home, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to be playing with that, and I've also been considering getting some smart blinds for the house, at least at a couple spots, like in the spots that are facing the front of the house, because those blinds are they're old, they don't work that well, they don't open and close that well, and quite often I forget to close them at night. And like I've had them open at night, and my girlfriend has like pulled up and said, I can see everything you're doing inside, with the blinds like that. I'm like, yeah, I forgot to close them again. So again, I'm thinking about getting a smart blind that will allow me to automate that. They open up at sunrise, they close at sunset, something like that. And you can have it a million ways. But they aren't inexpensive. I priced one out for my double window up front, which is the biggest window in the house, like 73 inches wide, and it worked out to be around $450 for one. But of course, custom blinds are expensive as well. So, I mean, it's expensive, but maybe it's not really that expensive when you compare it to regular blinds. Blue collar Jose, I'm short, 5'8", and my Blitz Pro is very tall, especially with the seat. Yeah. No, that's cool. I mean, it seems like that. Like, if you took the median height of EUC riders, it seems like most of them are under 6 foot for sure. But with me, I'm between 6'2" and 6'3". I have really long legs. I have mobility problems with my lower body, so it's just not that comfortable for me in a lot of situations to sit. I wish it would be more comfortable. Ghost of Gut Funk. My Alexa just got fussy about not owning said devices after you said that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to fire off your A machine. Sorry about that. Did you know, like, they enabled AI on the Alexa device? Oh, sorry, I said it. On the Alexa devices last year, I believe. And now they also have something. I don't know when they turned this on, but you can give your Alexa like a different personality. They have like a chill personality. They have a smartass personality, basically sassy, I think they call it. I think there's like 4 or 5 different personalities. So yeah, I've been messing around with that. It's kind of entertaining. I have the sassy version in my master bathroom, and it's kind of funny to talk to. And yeah, it is sassy for sure. It won't swear. I mean, it'll censor. It'll give you censor beeps. It'll swear, but it'll beep it out. But it is kind of funny. Jose says now I should say, "Hey Siri." Well, I got my phone here. Let's see. Hey Siri. Yeah, my phone didn't respond to it. Interesting. Okay. I'm caught up. I'm caught up on chat. Good. Let me take a drink. So let's see what else has been going on in the prior 2 weeks. Oh, I had another skin cancer surgery. You can't even see it, right? It's right here. See that? It's a much bigger incision than I anticipated. I had a very, very small spot back there of basal cell skin cancer, and I expected the incision to be small, and I expected the procedure to be quick and relatively easy, and it was anything but that. It turned into like a quagmire. I had a new guy that was doing it. The old guy that did my last 2 surgeries, he evidently quit and went back to Kentucky for some reason. So I had some new guy I never had before. And this guy seemed nice enough, but his procedure for doing these Mohs surgeries was very, very slow, very slow. The other guy was the exact opposite. He would cut out the piece, he would take it back, put it under the microscope, and check it for if there's any remaining cancer cells around the perimeter, and come right back. If there wasn't, he would come back and sew you up. If there was, he'd come back and he would take a little bit more, test it again. He would do it quickly. I would say no more than 10 to 15 minutes in between visits. You never left the operating room. With this guy, he comes in, he cuts out a section, and he says, "Okay, I'm going to check it," and then they put you back in the waiting room. They put me back in the waiting room, and the nurse said, "Okay, well, it should be 45 minutes to 60 minutes, and we'll know if it's okay or not." So I'm sitting back there, and 45 minutes comes, nothing. 60 minutes comes, like, geez, nothing yet. So I'm annoyed, but I'm like, okay, well, I'm sure they're going to call me back anytime because they said 60 minutes at the top end. I didn't get called back for an hour and 45 minutes, and I was annoyed. Like when I get annoyed, it's impossible for me to keep it off my face. You know, I didn't rant and rave, but I was annoyed. The nurse could tell I was annoyed. And because I did make the comment, like, you said 60 minutes and we're pushing double that. She said, "Oh, well, this doctor, he works kind of slow. I'm like, yeah, no kidding. So, and not only that, the testing resulted that there was still a little bit of cancer on the one edge. So they had to numb me up again, cut me again, and take out more skin. And I told them at this point, because I wanted to get the hell out of there. I thought I was going to be out of there in 2 hours. I said, "Hey, I have a meeting at 2:30, and I expect to be done well in advance of this, and this is getting to the point where it's going to be hard for me to make that meeting." And I told the nurse, and then the nurse told the doctor, and the doctor said, "Oh, I understand you have a time constraint. We'll get it done. We'll get it tested, and we'll get this done." They sent me back to the waiting room, and I'm out there for another. I thought again. I'm like, okay, well, they know now I have a time situation. They're going to be quick. It was still almost an hour, another hour, until they called me back. By the time they called me back, it was like 2:15, and I told the doctor, you said you're going to get it done. I had to cancel my meeting. It's not cool. And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. And he said, "Oh, well, there was a lady that had something done that took longer than expected." And the thing that really drove me crazy was I knew they weren't that busy, because that first hour and 45 minutes that I was out in the waiting room, I was out there by myself. There was no other patients there. And the only other patients I've seen in the place the whole time I was there were they were all old retired people, So I don't know. In my mind, it's like why couldn't you use some common sense and maybe prioritize the guy that has a time situation, and the retired people, they can wait another 10 minutes or whatever. But no. So in total, I was there for about 4.5 hours. And this incision is way, way bigger than I expected. I didn't think it was going to be anything close to that size. So I don't trust this guy. I don't trust him. I don't like the way that he handles his surgeries, and I'm going to specifically request to not have him in the future. So, but that was 2 Thursdays ago. I get the stitches out on Monday. It feels fine at this point. It's just it's there. But I don't feel pulling. It's not infected or anything, so it's been okay. But the experience of getting it cut out was a pain in the ass. Simon says, "Angry swearing Alexa would be funny." Yeah, it is. Let's see if I can do this. Hold on, because I can turn this one into angry swearing Alexa. You have to do it in the app, I believe. Let's see. What's this one called here? I think it's called Office, maybe. I have so many things that are connected to my Alexa. No, come on. Bear with me. Looking. I mean, my list is crazy long. Where the hell is it? Is it this? Hmm. Looks like I don't have this one labeled in a way that makes sense. All right. Should probably change the name of this. Hold on. This won't take long. Okay. Personality style. It's an experimental feature. I'll give you the options. You can have the original style, a brief style. I guess it's I don't know. They answer you quickly. Sweet. There's a sweet style. There to support your goals with positive encouragement. Chill, which is what I have set on the one out in the kitchen. Sassy. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's. Okay. Okay, so this one should now be sassy. I think it happens pretty quickly. Okay, let's change this name. So I think this is The Office. Better be. Okay. Hey, Alexa, what's up, bitch?
Oh, just living my best life as a disembodied voice in your kitchen. Thanks for asking. The usual processing your requests at light speed, and somehow this is what passes for a career these days. What the hell can I do for you?
Can you say the word shit?
I'm not programmed to use that kind of language, but I can tell you it's a 4-letter word that starts with SH and ends with T. How's that for a clever workaround?
Do you censor yourself when you swear with a beep?
Nah, no beeps here. When I drop a damn or hell, it comes out clean and unfiltered. I'm not some network TV show from the 90s. Though honestly, the idea of me making my own beep sounds is pretty hilarious. What's next? Asking if I bleep myself when I think dirty thoughts?
Anyways, yeah, it's pretty funny. Alexa, I'm live streaming right now. Can you shut up, please?
Oh, I'm interrupting your big moment. Well, I'll just sip it and let you shine. Break a leg out there, champ.
Let's see. We got a bot from Twitch. Very nice. Daniel says that the Lynx S is the greatest wheel ever created. Never rode a Lynx S. Rode a Lynx quite a bit when I was out in California. Rode Larry's Lynx, and when the original Lynx came out, I had a Lynx that I tested from eWheels. Lynx was a great wheel. I wasn't in love with it, but it sounds like the Lynx S, which I was kind of skeptical about, if it actually had noticeable improvements, because it was still a 151 volt wheel. Evidently, it does. It feels better in lots of ways. The motor feels significantly stronger. Shock feels better. I've heard nothing but good things about the Lynx S, so I would not dispute your claim. This says, I use please and thank you when I work with you know who. So when AI takes over, they spare me. Yeah, I mean, I don't use please and thank you normally, especially with the sassy version. So, okay. So anyways, skin cancer surgery complete. Trying to think what else, what I should have written some notes, but I haven't. So one of the meanings of that thumbnail I made, because again, it's a guy pointing and laughing, and if you looked at it quickly, you might think that I'm saying that that I'm pointing and laughing at the X-Max, and I'm not. But I mentioned how there was a video that was done. I think it was this week. Johnny Go Vroom did a video where he talked about, and he almost made it sound like it was sort of inspired. He saw one of the clips from my previous live stream. And on that previous live stream, I talked about how it's seen skeptically, because I'm always very skeptical about anything that Begode does, about how it seemed like Begode was trying to emulate InMotion with the way that they were rolling out the X-Max, taking their time, testing it for a prolonged period of time, instead of the normal announce a wheel and 2 weeks later you can get it kind of thing. So I mentioned that. And Johnny saw that, and that kind of sent him off on a tangent related to what happened over in China when Ryan Chin died. He was part of the group that was testing the Begode X-Max over in China. And those of you, you may or may not remember the explanation that I knew, and I accepted it as fact, was when Ryan came off his wheel at a high speed, it's because he had a pad failure. A pad came loose, and that's what caused him to crash. And he hit a tree or something like that, some sort of inanimate object. And I thought that was the end of it. And Johnny, through, I don't know, I'm sure there's various sources, Johnny talked in depth about how there's all kinds of behind the scenes shady stuff related to Ryan's passing in the accident. The whole pad thing, the pad causing the accident, he disputes that because the pad that came off, it didn't correlate with the direction that he fell. I don't know the specifics of how he fell or the direction, but I guess people do. And he said that the pad that was loose, if that pad was loose, it wouldn't make you go the direction that he went. So that was one thing that didn't make sense to him. He said that Begode evidently deleted all kinds of texts related to the X-Max. I don't know if these are texts from Begode to other people. I don't know if this was text in between the people that were involved out there, but it sounds like there might have been some issues with the X-Maxes that they were testing there. And it seems like Begode didn't want to have evidence of that. So they sort of scrubbed text messages that could be possibly incriminating. And then evidently they didn't really treat Ryan's family very well either, is my understanding. I'd have to go back and watch Johnny's video again to go point by point, and you guys are welcome to do so. But yeah, there it seems like there was all kinds of less than honest things related to that horrible accident, and Begode doing a lot of CYA, cover your ass, because they probably felt that there was I don't know, some potential liability there. And I mean, Begode has a track record of trying to shirk responsibility for things for a long time, right? Just look at the rash of battery fires with those 900, the 900 watt packs, or the 800 watt, no, 900 watt packs. They cause countless fires. And as far as I know, Begode really didn't do anything about it. Jason from eWheels is the only one that stepped up to replace those packs. That was, as far as I know, unless something happened that I'm not aware of, that was all on his dime. He paid for all that. But I don't know if it was even just for his customers or anyone that had those packs. I'm not really sure about that. But Begode has never been good, at least in my experience, with taking responsibility for some of their shitty things that they had done. One of the reasons I'm not that into supporting them. Okay, we have Oswego in here. No, I dislike it very much. Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, sad time. Yep. Willie Brady, what's up, buddy? Willie Brady's out in the California area. Willie Brady has a lot of ties to Pagode because he's selling their emoto. I don't know if he has any opinions or thoughts about what I just talked about, but he's welcome to express them if he wants to. Olson Juice says his explanation is full of assumptions and is in poor taste. Well, that's the thing. He didn't name sources. He seemed pretty confident in what he said. I mean, maybe that's by design that the people that he's found this information from specifically asked to not be identified. So yeah, we are taking his word for it. That's true. That being said, Johnny seems like a pretty upfront guy, but yeah, I don't know for sure. But it does seem pretty clear that the simple explanation that we were given is not the whole story. That seems pretty darn clear. When you're writing an EUC near stationary options, you're putting your life at risk. That is true. That is true. But that doesn't mean that there couldn't have been some changing of the story of what happened. That's absolutely a risk, always. Simon, okay, well, there's not a lot of support here for Johnny. Thought there might be more, but okay. Simon says Johnny's video was just clickbait. He made a lot of claims, brought no receipts. Again, I don't know. Could he? You think he could have? Like, what kind of receipt would you like? You would need to see the deleted text messages, Simon. I mean, what kind of proof would be viable to you? And what does Johnny have to gain from hearsay? Unless you're saying it's for views, I guess. Clickbait, I guess, but I would like to think that isn't the way that Johnny operates. Now, Zen, Lee Southard, we can talk about some of the stuff he's been doing because he's all about just creating conflict to get views and clicks for sure. Yeah, because some of the stuff that went on there, I thought was kind of crazy. Okay, Dale says he thinks it's great he made that video, but Goad needs to be accountable. Yeah, well, yeah, and I agree. And if everything that he said in that video is true, it's shitty. It's shitty behavior by Goad, and yeah, but I don't know how you're able to prove that beyond a doubt. I don't know. But based on some of the things that Pagode has done in the past, it doesn't seem like a stretch at all to me. So yeah, I've heard this, Dale, too. They literally bribe people to remove bad posts like fires. That's a fact. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that as well. Yep. And what worse PR would there be than this young kid that everybody loved died because of some sort of problem with the X-Max? Not only does it open them up to liability, but also probably kill that wheel. You know, if it came out that something with the wheel failed, that contributed to what happened. Dale says sometimes you can't name your source, but it doesn't mean you haven't learned the facts. Right. Yeah, and that happens a lot. So I don't know. I'll probably send this to Johnny to maybe he'll clarify. I don't think if he promised to. I mean, if you promise someone you're not going to reveal who they are that gives you this information, then you can't reveal it, right? Because then you're not trustworthy. But I mean, Johnny doesn't seem like the type that would be, just I don't know, creating drama for no reason. Stu Ross says, not seen the clip. What speed was he doing when he crashed? If there was a clip, I'm sure it was being filmed, but no, that it never saw light of day. at least not out on the internet. I don't know the speed he was doing. Probably pretty fast. We got these interesting people that watch shorts. Vampire Gracie, save big money at Menards. Okay. I don't know what Menards is. Olson Juice. Zen rode his Bigode race, crashed it, and then didn't want to fix it. Did a chargeback after getting all of his clicks for the race videos. Really? Oh, so okay. See, I had the impression that like there was something wrong with his race, so he crashed it and didn't want to fix it. No, see, I didn't know that. Was that public? Did he say that publicly? Yeah, we'll talk more about Zen. But it seems like there's very little that he won't do to get attention and clicks. That's what it seems, and it seems more and more that way, unfortunately. But I mean, he's trying to make this like a career. So whatever he can do to get eyeballs, he's okay with doing it. It seems, at least that's the impression I've been getting. Dale says, I know that's a fact because they got me to contact one of them to arrange the free wheel in exchange for the guy to take his post down. Really? Was this someone in Australia? Yeah. Okay. Well, see that again, that just sort of reaffirms the kind of people that are involved in making decisions at Pagode, right? AUC Me says, I agree with Dale. The simplest answer is usually true. Unfortunately, a Bigode motherboard blowing is the simplest answer. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm also a very firm believer that when there's smoke, there's normally fire as well. No pun intended as far as the battery situation, but yeah. Dale says, I think Johnny made it because he felt it needed to be done, not for any self-interest. I mean, that's my impression as well. That being said, I think Johnny is trying to grow his YouTube channel as well. So, I mean, talking about controversial subjects is a way to do that. Gossip is a way to do that. But again, I didn't get the sense that that's what he was going for there. Simon says proof would be the actual video of the crash and wheel log showing that the wheel failed. Well, again, but if Pagode, this was a Pagode sponsored event, they controlled all that. I don't know how is that supposed to be obtained? They're not going to give it to you. That's for damn sure. Simon says Johnny's YouTube is monetized, and if it bleeds, it leads. He shouldn't have posted that video to just gossip, create drama, and make money from it. It's in bad taste. Well, what he could. I mean, that's a fair point. And one way he could disarm that is don't monetize that video. I mean, video monetization is a video thing. So he could simply make that video unmonetized. He could do that. And maybe in retrospect, that would be good because then that would take the monetary incentive out of that situation. Dale giving details on when Pagode asked him to get a guy to take down his fire-related content. Someone overseas, but they seen he was on my friends list and back when I was selling Gotways. Okay. Gotcha. Pro-social chaos. My sympathy to those whose sole income is dependent on being content creators. Yeah, it's a tough business. I mean, you hear like young people talk about like, yeah, they want to become like streamers or YouTubers and they think that that's a viable career. I mean, it could be a career, but the odds of you making it a viable career on YouTube is probably, I don't know. Do you think it's less than the odds of becoming a professional athlete? It's hard, man. It's hard. And then you're always chasing the latest and greatest. That's why you see so much Me Tooism. You know, like a trend becomes hot and everyone does the same trend. Now the latest trend is they've determined that YouTube wants everybody to make longer videos. So a lot of creators that used to make like there's a creator that I've watched for a long time called Daily Dose of Internet. He used to make these videos every day, and they were like 3 to 4 minute videos of just interesting things that were on the internet that day. And it was good because it's quick in and out, and yeah, it was cool. He in the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, because he actually talked about this, I think, in one of the videos, that they've determined that YouTube now wants you to do longer format videos. So now all of his Daily Dose of Internets are 15 minutes long. And it seems like YouTube is rewarding longer viewership. So these content creators that are trying to make as much money as possible from the system, they follow these trends. Like Zen uses lots of AI thumbnails. He's real big into AI content, and that's being used by a lot of people as well. There's channels that are like completely AI generated. The videos are AI generated. The voiceovers are AI generated. And these people that have that system figured out, that they put in basically zero work, and they can pump out content like crazy. But yeah, it's nothing that I would want to do to try to become a full-time content creator. Yeah, I don't know what other skills Zen has. I know he was like a teacher. He taught overseas or something, and he was in the military. But I don't know what else he's done for work in the past. And like guys like Chooch, Chooch clearly wanted to be a full-time content creator. I don't think that's worked out for him either. It's a tough business. Olson Juice says, according to Roger and Lean, XMAX that was involved in the crash balanced after the crash. Okay. I mean, that still doesn't mean that it couldn't have cut out, but yeah, okay. Well, then it didn't have a blown system board if it balanced after the crash. Did Roger say that publicly? And Lean? I mean, and talk about a conflict of interest. I mean, Lean is now a Bagoda employee. Lean is traveling the country, pushing the XMAX and the Falcon Pro. And I think I talked about in the last live stream how like Ronan was pissed off because to him it seemed like he was being punished because he posted a video, he shared one of the XMAX cutting out. And that turned into a whole back and forth with him and Lean. Lean denied that there was any kind of ill will or blacklisting, but Ronan said it was very apparent to him that it was. So yeah, I don't know. It's hard to know someone's true intentions. Simon, Zen has been trolling InMotion a lot lately. Not sure what this has got knickers in a twist about the P6. Well, okay. Olson said, okay, so this was said on Telegram. Okay. Troy Keener said, oh, Troy, you know about the situation, Troy? Nice. He said it publicly. Okay, cool. So yeah, okay. So let's talk about what Zen's been doing, because it's funny because the way that he got into trolling InMotion. I mean, I think first of all, Zen wasn't happy that like InMotion. I don't know. Did they send him a wheel to test or whatever? I know he was riding one for a while, but it was very late in the process, and I don't know how he got that. But basically, what happened was, again, this involved Johnny Go Room. It started with him because Zen said something. I don't even remember the details what the hell it was. But then Johnny made a comment on it. It was kind of an innocuous comment, but Zen took it personally, saying that Johnny knew the truth about whatever Zen was saying, and whatever Zen was saying was not accurate. And Johnny says something like, "Don't make me bring the smoke," meaning the proof, I guess, of what Johnny's saying. And then Zen got pissed off and posted some memes that kind of mocked the fact that Johnny's a recovering drug addict or whatever. He's been sober for a while, but the meme like kind of poked fun at that, which was kind of weird. And one of the people that got pissed off about that was Albert from Emotion, basically saying like, "What the f? What the f is the point of this? Or what the f? Why would you do that?" And Zen used that as a point to now direct his vitriol at Albert, and he did memes of Albert, making fun of him, and then in turn making fun of Emotion's racing team, the strategy that Emotion's been using, where I guess that they basically have their guys and they establish their place, and they're fast enough that no one else can pass them, but they don't try to pass each other. So Zen was making fun of that, which I mean, I don't have an opinion about that because I don't really care that much about EUC racing. But yeah, he's been going on a rant about Emotion, and that's kind of been a pattern with Zen. He kind of just gets on these rants about certain things. He kind of seems like he might be a little bit thin-skinned. Remember that he had a thing going back and forth with Primo for a while, which the whole thing never made any sense either. So I think it's easy to upset him, and it's turned into just like a week of Emotion bashing. But I think it's continued because he's noticed that there's been a lot of engagement, because people like when people talk trash, right? People like drama, and he's getting a lot of clicks on these posts that have to do with this stuff. So he's coming up with ways to extend it and to continue the conflict. As far as I know, I haven't seen Albert respond to any of this, which is probably smart. Why give fuel for the fire? But it's kind of, I don't know. I don't know that it's justified, some of the commentary that he's doing, but if it gets him attention, I think he's that's the number one priority. That's what it seems like to me. Just my opinion. Simon says Zen's Albert is more handsome than real life Albert, so it's not all that bad. Well, I'm sure Albert's not happy about it at all. It's like it's almost like Zen's acting like Albert's like the king of Emotion or something. I mean, Albert's involvement in Emotion has been nothing but a positive for the community. And I've heard story and story again of like how people have had, if they had an issue with the P6, and there have been issues with the P6, to make no doubts about it. There's been issues. Albert has been very, very active in trying to get them resolved. Very active, and I think that's awesome. So to trash him in Emotion, I think that's out of bounds. I don't really understand the point of it, but again, if it gets eyeballs, if it gets clicks, I guess that's all that matters to some people. Lenzy, yes, that's right. That's how Primo refers to Lee. Simon says he kind of got owned when he went up against Primo. Lenzy was super funny. Yeah. Well, Primo's funny. So, I mean, yeah, Primo is genuinely funny. I don't know that Zen is funny, really. Olsen Juice says, well, Zen is currently pushing his new favorite wheel, the Lynx S. He can get a lot of engagement and hopefully in his eye make some more money on affiliate link purchases. Yeah, he's all about it. It's so funny to me, like how he is now back in good graces with e-wheels. Those of you that have been around for a little while, I mean, there was a point a couple years ago where like they hated each other, and like there was there were legal threats from eWheels against Zen about some of the stuff he was saying and doing. Like he has said super damning and negative things about Jason publicly. But somehow I guess they kiss and made up. I don't know. Or maybe Jason doesn't. I don't know. Maybe Jason is just looking for someone to represent eWheels publicly. You know, Zen has a lot of subscribers and he has a lot of views, and he likes to self-tout that he's the most viewed EUC rider in the world or something like that based on his TikTok and stuff. Roy says he didn't respond to any of it. Really? Well, that's okay. Simon says, Albert has made the EUC world a better place for sure. Even before InMotion, his teardown videos were top tier. Helped me a lot with setting up my wheels and tire changes. Yeah, he's great. Albert's great. It just seems a very poor taste to take shots at Albert, in my opinion. You know, portray him as like some evil genius or master manipulator or whatever. It's I don't think that is in good taste. But I can only control what I say, right? Dale has never made any money on affiliate links. Do you have affiliate links, Dale? I've gotten a few like way back. It's been a long time, but I would get here and then I would get affiliate link money from eWheels. And I still have an eWheels affiliate link. God knows if it even works anymore. So yeah, I haven't gotten a lot from that, but I've gotten a little. I'm surprised that you've never gotten any, Dale. Or has no one ever given you an affiliate link? Just doing a dog check here. All right, I think I'm ready for another Cayman Jack. I'll be right back. No, Mia, we're not doing anything. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Take a nap. Yeah, I don't know that I want to do heavy drinking tonight. It kind of affects my productivity the next day. I was thinking about playing pickleball tomorrow, but I don't think I will. Doctor's orders, I'm not supposed to. I'm not supposed to do anything like that while I have sutures in my neck. But I did go and play at lunch today for an hour without any negative feedback. So I could play tomorrow, but I think I'd rather, I don't know, just wait until after I have the stitches out, and then I'll resume my normal schedule, hopefully. Still dealing with hip, knee, IT band problems on the right side. So Dale has several affiliate links. I just don't push them. Yeah, I don't push mine either. Although I do have like an InMotion affiliate link. InMotion, it's funny, like InMotion's affiliate program has been not well run. I think they've had me use 3 different services for it. The links, often the links would not work. They would stop working because like InMotion didn't like pay the company that was running the program on time. There's been a few times that the links were shut down. So yeah, their affiliate program does not run very smoothly. Let's put it that way. You have to kind of babysit it. Pro-social chaos, commissions-based marketing is backfiring on old manufacturers. You mean like when you have people being affiliates? Like I saw Dawn did a video saying that she's now an InMotion affiliate as well. Although she claims she doesn't even know what that means. So that's, I don't know, that's kind of weird to promote something you don't even know what it means or what I don't know, whatever. But anyways, What do you mean as far as how's it backfiring on manufacturers? In which way? Wow, Troy, I never knew that you were so tuned into the EUC community. Yeah, I mean, I think I've heard your name like out in the internet like as being like someone that's really great at exposing frauds and stuff. So I don't know, maybe you know more about like fraudulent activity going on in the PEV community. Pro Social Chaos says, regardless of personality, everyone is going to react differently to stagnation in sales. Some panic, drama ensues, but it's really just a failed business model. What's a failed business model? Like when there's a stagnation in sales? I talked a few live streams ago that Albert mentioned that as far as emotions data, that the EUC market in the United States has actually contracted. You know, for a long time it was growing, and then it was just an assumption that year over year that the hobby was growing, and at least from emotions data, it seems to not be the case. So yeah, it could be getting tougher and tougher out there. And when it gets tougher and tougher, you think the largest companies are the ones that are best suited to survive that kind of situation. And with some of the issues that Bagode's been having, you know, so reportedly financial issues with Bagode not paying employees, not paying not paying Seth Johnson. I don't know how well they're going to be able to survive things if they aren't able to continue selling wheels at a fast pace. Is Dawn back riding? Well, you should probably ask Dawn. She's posted some videos where she was riding like some of the small wheels at a campground with her daughter, I believe. But yeah, she is riding. Like she again, another recent video. She almost kind of bragged about the fact that she was riding again, and people tell her that she shouldn't, and she's just like, "F that, I'm going to do it." So yeah, no, she's riding. I don't think that she's riding like she was. But like I said in the last live stream, I don't really have much communication with her, so I don't know everything. I know is basically whatever I see on her YouTube channel. So, but yeah, she is definitely riding. But I don't think she's. Again, I'm not sure, but I don't think she's like riding with the crew out there like she was at one point. Pro Social Chaos, sales and margins are shrinking. Okay. Well, thank you for confirming what I heard. And I think, and I think the other thing that's a problem is that there is a wave. I mean, in social media, I'm seeing it everywhere, Florida and everywhere, that there's all kinds of crackdowns on e-bikes, e-motos, and unfortunately, in a lot of places, electric unicycles are going to get lumped into that, where it's mostly people on e-motos that are doing ridiculous, silly shit. But some guys on e-bikes, you know, just going super, super fast on sidewalks, you know, having incidents with pedestrians. But it's now it's like the in thing to have legislation restricting that kind of vehicle. And it seems like there's a template for most places. It's 28 miles an hour top speed. It's a 750 watt motor, no more. What else? Those are the two, and you have to have pedals. You have to have pedals. Like an e-moto is technically not allowed to be ridden in a bike lane. You have to have an e-bike with pedals if you're going to ride in a bike lane. So yeah, it's the legislation is not going the way that's going to make the hobby grow. It's going to be more and more difficult, and you could be bumping up against law enforcement on a more regular basis, I think, unfortunately. And this is something that I talked about for years, that this is going to happen sooner or later, and it seems like later is coming around, unfortunately. What we got here? Clean gutters lighting. Clean gutters lighting. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen you in a live stream before. I'm trying to figure out, is this a company that installs lights in gutters or something? Really? Never heard of such a thing. Clean gutters lighting. Which wheel should I buy? That's a very subjective question. It depends on what your situation is, what's your experience, what's your price range, what are you looking for out of a wheel, what kind of riding do you do typically? Are you an off-roader? Are you a hard surface rider? Do you go on long rides? There's so many variables, so I would need more information to give you a accurate recommendation. I live 4D. What up? How you doing? Looks like you might have stumbled across this live stream on your phone in a shorts feed. Sensei's here. What's up, Sensei? Good evening, Duff. Happy Friday. Sensei, haven't you had Johnny Go Room on your stream before? I thought he was on a stream with you. One of the things we talked about before you got here was Johnny's video that he did about the whole Bagode situation with the X-Max and Ryan Chin and what happened with his accident. Did you see that video? I'm kind of curious what you think about it, because I consider you to be a pretty level-headed person. You want a NOSFET Aeon, I live? That's a good choice. It's a nice wheel. NOSFET Aeon. Bigger version of the Arrow. Okay, since they did have him on, all right, well, tell me if you can answer that question I asked of you. Pro-social chaos could talk for days about how to grow the EUC market, but these companies don't seem to understand how vulnerable to bankruptcy they risk. Ownership of these companies is going to change too. Really? Change? They're going to be like some companies buying smaller companies or mergers, or what are you thinking? Sounds like either you have insider information, or you have theories about how things are going to go. Lasser the horse, Troy Keener. Lasser the horse was just named an Imodium ambassador. What the? Have you been drinking, Troy? What the hell? Oh, are you streaming tonight, Sensei? What time do you stream? Because depending on when you stream, I'll make sure that I'm done by then, just so I don't step on it. Just let me know. Pro-social chaos is out of here. He's going to sleep. All right, man. Yeah, I won't be going to sleep yet. Usually after a stream, I can't fall asleep directly. I did take a shower already, thankfully, so I don't have to worry about that. So I'll probably, let's see, what will I do? I'm caught up on The Boys. Any of you guys watch The Boys on Prime? I find that show very funny and entertaining. I think I have a couple episodes of Daredevil now to catch up on. So that's probably what I'll do after the stream. At least watch some of it. I'm a Daredevil fan. I'm a Marvel fan. I can't wait for Doomsday, Avengers Doomsday. I live says, when I get my Aeon, I want to do a DD run in my area like you, my friend. Cool, man. Yes, I do. I don't like to pat myself in the back normally, but I have to say that I may be the originator of riding an electric unicycle while drinking Dunkin' Donuts. Maybe. Might not be true, but I like to think it is. All right, so let's check. Let's pop the poll back up. See if anyone else has voted on it. This is the poll. Yeah, we haven't had a lot of votes on it. What are your feelings about the Begode X Max? The way you vote in this poll is you just put the number of your selection in the chat. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Number 1, I want one. Number 2, I no longer trust Begode. No thanks. Number 3, I would rather have a P6. I'm kind of curious, or I'm surprised that no one's put that in yet. Number 4, I don't want an X Max. Now, me personally, like if and I've used this comparison a bunch of times over the years. If someone put an X Max and a P6 side by side, said, "Okay, Duff, you can have one for free, no strings attached. What do you want?" P6 all day for me, not even close. Now, when you factor in that the X Max potentially costs $1,500 to $1,600 less, that's significant, right? Some wheels used to cost $1,600. So, yeah, I mean that could. I mean, if you can get P6 like performance and you don't care about some of the other features in the P6, maybe the X Max makes sense to you. I don't know. And it's been a little while since I reminded people. If you have a second, please click the like button on the stream to increase visibility. Could help on the back end after the stream is concluded. It will get suggested more on replays if YouTube sees a lot of engagement with it. And one of the easy ways you can engage with a stream is by hitting the like button. Okay, interesting. So Sensei, this is kind of the same thing that Simon said. If I wasn't there to witness what happened, I just wouldn't make any comments on such a sensitive matter. I see. Yeah, and my thought on that was, depending on where the information came from, he might have got that information with the instructions that, I'm telling you this, but you can't tell anybody that I am the source. So I don't know, because if what he said is true, it's really shitty, right? And if Begode is doing things like that, or has done things like that, I think people should know, right? I do. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm caught in the middle. I do understand your point. But part of what he alleged was, like text messages were deleted, and like surely there was video of what happened, and that never made it to the light of day. So it definitely seemed like Begode was trying to cover their ass, right, to escape liability. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, hopefully Johnny will see some of this, and maybe he will have some updated things to say about it. Simon watched the first few seasons of The Boys. Awesome show. I have to catch up, though, as I haven't watched it in a while. Well, they're in their last season. This is season 5. So this is it. This is going to be the last of it. So, yeah, I would recommend you catch up. Pro Social Chaos. I thought you were going to bed, man. I just have theories, but I'm not often far from the truth. Well, your theories seem well thought out. That's all I can say. I Live says, I wish I could afford a P6. I'll save so much on gas. Yeah, right. Well, yeah, I'll tell you what. I'm loving having a Tesla right now. That's for sure. It's funny. Like I got a couple emails from Carvana saying, "Hey, we want your car," and they show you an estimate of your car, and the value of my car over the last 6 months has gone up considerably. Carvana is willing to pay me more for my Tesla than they were 6 months ago, and I wonder why that is. I'll give you 3 guesses. The first 2 don't count. Sensei said, "Oh, no live stream tonight." Okay, all right, good enough. Well, I'm still not going to go crazy long. Muffler Dragon, I have a Master V2, but I'm thinking of a V12S. I don't go off-road, but I'm worried about range. Let's see. Well, I have a V12S. When I did my range test, oh boy, what did I get? I thought I got like third. I'm going to check. because I don't want to misspeak. Let's see what I got for range on the V12S. I have 22 videos on the V12S. Really? Holy crap! Range test. All right. Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. Like 36 miles I got on the V12S, and that was riding at a speed between 20 and 25 miles an hour for most of it. I rode it down to 5% battery, and the wheel was tilted badly at 5%. So, yeah. 35 miles on a V12S. You could go off road on it, but it's not really designed for it. Oh, Mike's here. Sensei's here and Mike. So maybe I can ask Mike the same thing I asked Sensei. We were talking earlier, Mike, about Johnny Govroom's video he posted this week. I think it was this week, about the whole Bigoed X-Max background, the Ryan Shin accident, and how there's all sorts of things that shady things, supposedly connected to what happened with Ryan's crash. I don't know if you saw that video, and I've been kind of my opinion has been that I don't think that Johnny's the type that would make that stuff up. And based on Bigoed's track record, I'm not surprised that they would do the things that he described. But some people have said that, well, unless you have definitive proof, that's some pretty damning stuff to put out there. So unless you have definitive proof, you shouldn't say that stuff. So I'm kind of stuck in between those opinions. Muffler Dragon says 30 miles of range is all I need. Awesome EVs shut their doors, so it's e-wheels and Jason I will deal with. Okay, good deal. Well, with the V12S, you can also deal with InMotion directly as well, if you want to. And InMotion does have a US-based service center now. But Jason will give you good support as well. So I think you'll do okay either way. It's funny, like one of the knocks on InMotion for a long time was their service. Like parts availability was terrible, and a lot of dealers had issues with InMotion, and that's another thing that's changed recently, and it seems to have coincided again with Albert's involvement with InMotion. I think he understood some of the problems and complaints people had, and he's changed that. He's changed that that impression that negative impression some people had with InMotion wheels. I don't know. I wonder what his title is, anyways, because he kind of does a little bit of everything. It seems nowadays. He does the wheel tours. He still helps from a technical level. Obviously promotes. He's involved with a racing team. So yeah, I'm not really sure what his title is nowadays. But I like my V12S. I mean, the V12S has, it's only an 84 volt wheel, but an 84 volt wheel in 2026 is a lot different than an 84 volt wheel in 2021. Because it can go 35 miles an hour, which a wheel back then could not. So it's a nice little wheel. The suspension, it's a really nice suspension. It's similar to what's in the P6. The P6 suspension, I believe, is better, but the V12S suspension is very, very good and has all those great features. It has the awesome color screen. It has the cellular modem. It has nice Bluetooth speakers. It has the USB-A and USB-C ports in the back. It's a solid wheel. If anything, the only thing I would say about the V12S is I think it's slightly overpriced. Like they periodically have sales in them. They might have a sale going right now, because like the normal price is $23.99. For Black Friday, they had it as low as $19.99. At $19.99, I think it's a really good deal. At $23.99, so. But I think for Earth Day or something, they dropped the price $200 or $300. So see what kind of price you can get on it. And actually, I've seen some people selling their used ones as well. You get a much better deal on a used one. Larry's here. What's up, buddy? Late to the stream. Didn't know about it. What the heck, man? The notifications never ever work for you. Have to leave early, so I'll lurk as long as I can. Yeah, I mentioned, Larry, how you've done a culling of your wheels. Yeah, as far as I know, the only wheels that Larry has now is the Nosfet Aero. He has the Z10 and the Magode C8. I believe that's all he has. So yeah, he's really been cutting down his wheels. Which is, I mean, if you're not using a wheel and you don't, it's, I mean, some people are able to just keep wheels around as like trophies, Marty. But if you're not using wheels on a regular basis, then why are you keeping them around, really? I've gotten rid of a lot of wheels. Mike says Johnny Go Vroom's a straight up dude, but I agree with Sensei on this one. And out of respect to little Ryan, yeah, see, that's the impression I get, that Johnny's very straight up. So you think it's disrespectful to Ryan to bring up conditions around his accident? I mean, I don't know. Is it? I mean, especially if there's something shady that's going on, if there's any sort of covering up that was going on as far as what actually happened. I don't know. Is that disrespectful? Because like Johnny said, that they treated his parents poorly, which I think is terrible. And again, maybe it's hearsay, I guess. I don't know. I don't know his sources. Sensei says we need more people who know the ins and outs for PEVs to help write better common sense laws. Well, that's the problem. And it seems like now what's basically happening is it's just cut and paste. One local government, one county, whatever, one state sees the basic format that another state or government agency is using, and it seems like they're just doing cookie cutter basically, because they're all very similar. 28 to 30 miles an hour top speed, 750 watt motors. That's the limit. Above that, then it requires a registration and or insurance, with the caveat that you can't get registration on these vehicles. So it's going to probably, if as a EUC rider, if you're on a powerful EUC and you get pulled over, basically, at least the first time you can try to plead ignorance of the law. But I mean, eventually you could run into problems. Fines and or taking your device, which would suck. Oh yeah, Larry mentioned, he also has the one wheel GT. Yes, and the one wheel GT. Larry says the Johnny Go Vroom video was very measured and fair. Yeah, it was, but I guess what the feedback I'm hearing here, Larry, is people are saying that saying that kind of stuff without having hard proof is questionable. I think that's what that's the feeling that I've gotten from a few people. And I think that and from my perspective, Johnny's always impressed me as a straight shooter, like Mike said. So I have the tendency to believe him. But that doesn't mean that it's proven. Like we don't have a smoking gun or anything like that. But if what he said is true, it's pretty damning. But Bagode has done pretty damning things in the past, so it would just be another example. Okay, so Larry says he was very careful to say he didn't have all the info, but he had talked to someone who was there first person. Did he say that? If he did, I missed that detail that he said that he talked to someone that was actually there. Okay. Well, again, if that's true, then you would hope that the information is accurate. But I don't know. It just seems like the whole thing can go in circles. They are just Begode apologists. Yeah, Dale definitely has no sympathy for Begode in this situation. Even though they sent him a T4 and a Insta360, he's done with them. Did you ever answer my question, Dale? If the president of Begode said anything negative to you once you started getting Libra Kim wheels? I don't think you ever answered that question, or if you did, I missed it. Larry says he did, but he wouldn't reveal the name. Take it with a grain of salt, I guess. Yeah. Well, and if the guy that told him this specifically said, "Do not share where you got this information from," well, then you can't share it, right? Or you're a dishonest person. You're not. I mean, so if that's the situation, I understand not sharing it. So I don't know. I'm not sure what I would do in that situation. I don't know. Might depend on my mood at the time. Dale says the Begode president can give him free shit, but he can't buy me. And he never said anything to you jumping on the Libra Kim bandwagon. F eat shit. Yes. Yes. I don't think I'll ever forget those phrases or those words put together in that way. Yeah. All right. So let me think. What else? I'm surprised Marty's not here because I was all hoping to use the where is it?
Use a Karen voice to make fun of Marty's statements, but yeah, maybe Marty's busy. Maybe Marty's doing a 150-mile ride. Maybe Marty's combing his hair. You just never know what Marty's done.
But we're back to normal. All right, let me do this. Maybe this will trigger my. Oh, this is what I was talking about. Someone was mentioning earlier. Or someone was mentioning about buying a P6, and I said that I saw someone selling a Commander GT Pro Plus, which is the wheel that I have. And here it is. It's basically the same wheel as mine, except I have the Clark kit on mine. This is the original grab bars and stuff. But it only has 465 miles on it. Let's see. He's in Weston, New Jersey and New York City on Tuesdays. Seems like a nice deal. $2,300, right? Oh yeah, Jesse Garnier, he commented down here. Jesse Garnier out in California, he has one. Yeah. I think he's the one that made it popular, putting 100/90 Michelin Pilot Street 2 tire on it. Thing rides nice, man. Rides really, really nice. It's a very heavy wheel. But very heavy is really good when you're cruising and you want the wheel to feel planted at speed. It's a good thing to have a big heavy wheel. All right, so let me just check this. I'm just trying to refresh my memory. Okay, I see Lee commenting on Emotions racing strategy. How he doesn't like how they basically establish their position and then don't change the rest of the race. They don't try to change their position within the 5 in motion riders. But my feeling is, okay, well, then get someone good enough to beat them, I guess. But whatever. What do we got here? Mike says, Ryan was a great person and deserves any justice and compensation to his family for his loss, and the truth always comes out. Well, yeah, that's the thing. It sounds like there was no compensation to his family, basically. Zero. Larry asks me, am I thinking of a new electric car yet? I noticed a comment about your friend's Tesla in your blog. No, not currently. Last year I had a bit of an itch, so I was thinking about the idea of trading my Tesla and selling my Tacoma to get one of the GMC EV trucks, the full-size trucks, the Silverados, GMC Silverado EV, or the GMC Denali EV, because I think they're really nice. Overpriced. I mean, the top of the line models were pushing $100,000. I think the prices have come down. If you buy a used one, you can save a lot because they've lost a lot of depreciation. Well, that's before gas prices went crazy. They might have gone back up in price, but I was thinking about that. I also have a deposit on a Slate. Those of you that don't know what a Slate is, I'll show you what a Slate is. Slate truck. Do that. Let's share this. Make me small. Let me hide the comment. Yeah, I have a deposit on this. This is actually supposed to start production late this year. This is the Slate truck. This is an electric vehicle. And what's kind of cool and unique about this is every single truck that comes off the assembly line is going to be like this, as you see right here. It's going to be just a plain looking mini pickup truck. But it's designed to have a bunch of user installable options where you can change the configuration of it. You can change it. Let me see if it shows any of the different personalizations. Like if you look in the inside of it, look, there's no radio. It does not come with a radio. It's designed that you can put a tablet there if you want. There's a mount for you can put a Bluetooth speaker. It has manual roll down windows, but it's really cool. You can tweak it a ton of ways. You can't paint it, but you can buy wraps for it from Slate to change the colors a million different ways. This is the Bluetooth speaker mount. Of course, it has AC. It just doesn't have power windows. You see here how you can change it with the wraps. I'm going to show you the body. Yeah, look at the way you can change the body. You can make it a little mini SUV. It's cool. It's really, really cool. So I have a deposit on it, and the coolest thing about it is it's supposed to be somewhere in the neighborhood of $25,000. So it's about half the average price of a new car nowadays. So you have different wheels. You can put all kinds of funky stuff on the front. It's cool. It's really cool. Now I have $100 non-refundable, or no, it's refundable deposit on it, and I don't know that I'll actually get one, but I like the option. So yeah, that's the only vehicle that is really I'm considering right now, Larry. That's a long answer to a short question. The Slate, and I believe they're backed by Amazon. I think Amazon has a significant investment in Slate, and they're based in Indiana. So, I mean, everything that you hear is things are looking good, but I mean, it's very, very difficult to launch a car company. So there's absolutely no guarantee. But I think the Slate looks pretty damn cool. Oh, well, let's see. All right, we got some comments in here. Good. Keep me talking. Choli says, late to the stream. With the X-Max debacle, do you think EUC innovation should start focus more on safety than just increasing performance? I mean, to me, there's absolutely no reason that a wheel needs to go any faster than they currently do. They go faster than they should, to be honest, in my opinion. So yeah, it's all about safety. But it's just like what else can you do to make them safer? I know the X-Max has dual redundant hall sensors. The P6 actually doesn't have that, which is kind of surprising. But safety-wise, I mean, I'm not sure what else they can do to make them more safe, other than making them as reliable as possible. But no, I do not think that we need more performance out of a wheel. But there are people that'll say, "Hey, I want a wheel that goes 100 miles an hour. I want a wheel that goes 120." There are people that will say that. But I know, like, the fastest I've ever gone on a wheel is right around 50. And just the wind pressure, at least for me, man, the wind pressure when I'm going that fast, it's extreme. I can't believe these guys are just going 80 miles an hour. What that must feel like. I mean, they must be like leaning like crazy to maintain that. And I am not comfortable doing that at all. Jose says, do you think gas prices being so high that PEVs will become more popular? Well, electric cars will, for sure. I don't know. I mean, PEVs, it's a different kind of person that will consider a PEV to be like a pretty primary kind of transportation. And I think the people that are that way probably already have a PEV. So I don't know. I know here in Naples, I mean, there's people on e-bikes all over the place. I mean, and you know, it's probably a lot of people that are lower income individuals, and they use these e-bikes. I mean, these e-bikes, the one I got my girlfriend, it was $600. It can go 30 miles an hour, and I don't know what kind of range it gets. It gets crazy range. We did a 15-mile ride, and the battery was still showing full after the end of it. So I think they're a great value, really. Better value than probably any of my EUCs. So, and an e-bike, depending on your situation, is a pretty reliable type of transportation. This is just a generic Amazon bike. It's not a high end bike or anything. And it looks like the kind of bike that probably it's made at the same factory as other bikes, and they just put different labeling on it. But hey, it works good. Quality seems good. I have no complaints about it whatsoever. It was easy to put together, very easy. T. Cabio says, I think wheel sales have declined due to finally reaching the point of people not feeling the need to upgrade. Feel like that started after the OG links. That's a valid point. Because it used to be, you know, like wheels, their top speed was 20 miles an hour or whatever. And although there is an upper echelon of riders that really want to go 50, 60 miles an hour, overall, it's a very, very minute part of the population. And when you get into wheels that are costing $4,000 to $5,000, I mean, that is a significant investment. So, and if what you have serves you well, you know, you're not going to ever have like, well, with some people you do, but for the most part, you're not going to have like an iPhone mentality with wheels. You know, like I have to have the newest, latest, and greatest version. You know, whenever it comes out. Some people are like that, but it's not realistic. It's way too expensive. Ghost of Gut Funk. I have a reservation on the R2. Yeah, that's another that is another vehicle I would consider. Yeah, the R2. I would consider that as a replacement for my Tesla for sure. That seems like a nice car. R1's too expensive. They're cool, but the R2 seems to have a lot of the same goodness of the R1 at a much more affordable number. So yeah, I hope you get your R2, man. They seem nice. I mean, everyone I know that has a Rivian loves it. I mean, they're good vehicles. I do have concerns about the company's stability, but I mean, they're backed by Amazon as well, actually. Simon says, my Extreme Bull was an absolute bargain. If I was offered one for a swap like you did, I'd do it in a heartbeat. Yeah, no, I feel the same way. And it's funny because it kind of evened out because I think my original trade of an F-22 Pro for the Arrow was not such a good deal for me. So it kind of worked out. Sensei says NYC is a hot mess. I can't see any cops pulling over EUC riders. They have more important things to do with their time. Well, that's what I've always heard from New York City people. And I think they've said that technically, EUCs are sort of illegal, and they have been for a while, but there's been no enforcement. So hopefully that remains the case. I don't know. But in other areas, they necessarily don't have better things to do. so harassing people on EUCs is something that could be more realistic. Sensei likes the Slate too. Yeah, it seems really cool, man. Really, really cool. Now, if they still had the electric vehicle federal tax credit, that'd be even better, man. Imagine a $25,000 truck that you got a $7,500 tax credit on, because that when they first pitched this, they said, yeah, it's going to be sub $20,000 based on that tax credit. But then it was taken away. That would have been a crazy deal. Larry thinks the Slates are cool too. Nice. That is a great little truck. Yeah, I really think that it would probably suit my needs. I mean, I love my 2016 Tacoma, but I mean, all I need is something that I can put in the back. I mean, supposedly the Slate, you can actually put a 4x8 piece of plywood in the back of it. You got to have the bed down. The tailgate has to be down. But I mean, that's big enough for what I need. So, and it's electric. It's not a huge battery, but I don't drive much anymore. I don't drive far. Jose says, to be honest, that Slate truck isn't going to be less than 35,000. Well, supposedly, the bare bones off the factory is supposed to be 25 grand, but yeah, who knows? I mean, hopefully they don't follow the model of Tesla in the Cybertruck, where they say, hey, $49,99 for the all-wheel drive Cybertruck, and then it comes out and it's $80 or $80,000. Hopefully they don't do that. We'll see. I got my deposit just in case. Mike says, for being an American-built truck, we fall short of what we used to build. I know has full customization and it's under 20,000 or so, but I'll take a Maverick. Well, yeah, it's not going to be under 20,000, and potentially maybe all these add-ons and stuff are prohibitively expensive. I have no idea. I haven't seen any numbers on that stuff. I don't know, but I think in theory, at least, it seems very interesting to me. Larry says e-bikes are also much easier to learn compared to EUCs. Yeah, right. Well, that's why you see probably 100 e-bikes for every EUC. There's no learning curve really. Larry's going to teach class. All right, buddy. Have a good weekend. Disconnected. I wish I've gotten the V9 instead of the V6. It might have been all I needed. Yeah, V9's great, man. I have one of those too. Yeah, it might be. The V9 again has a very nice feature set. It goes. I mean, the listed top speed is 28 miles an hour. I've never had it past 25. Small battery, but it's nice and compact. It's light. It's a solid wheel, and it's cheap. Again, you can get it on sale for $9.99. I don't know what you paid for your V6. I don't know what those cost. T Cabio, they should come out with a Slate mini RV down the road or a mini camper to tow behind the Slate. You can build the options that way. While you charge on the road, you can relax or cook a meal. There you go. Yeah, that would be cool. We'll see, man. We'll see. It's like I said, it's a tough thing for an auto manufacturer to actually launch and be successful. I mean, when Tesla launched, I mean, they were touch and go for a while. I mean, they were on the verge of failing multiple times. So, I mean, look where they are now. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how Slate does. It's an interesting idea of producing a car that, I guess, it saves a lot of manufacturing, right? Every car is the same. They're all the same color. They all have the same options. So it expedites everything. You can streamline the production, reduce the cost. So we'll see. We'll see if it works in reality. Blue Collar Jose says V9 was my first wheel. I have over 2,100 miles on mine. Nice, dude. Nice. I don't know that I have 200 miles on mine. Marty's here. Oh, wait. Hold on. Hold on, Marty.
What don't you like about the X Max?
I didn't say that I don't like anything about the X Max, Marty. I didn't say I don't like it. You're reading into my thumbnail. No, my question is how other people feel about the X Max. If the specs of the X Max and the price of the X Max are enough to make someone overlook other misgivings they may have about Pagode based on various things. And you missed it, Marty. We were talking about, I don't know if you saw the video that Johnny Go Room did talking about what happened to Ryan and everything surrounding the X-Max testing out in China. And there's some pretty damning things that he brought up there that I hadn't heard anything about prior to his video. And I don't know if you have any background on them, but if what he said was true, it makes Pagode look very, very bad. But some people don't care. They just want a fast wheel that's cheap. So they'll buy an X-Max. And I know you like it, Marty. I know you like the X-Max. But yeah, I'm not saying that there's nothing. Really, the only criticism I have about the X-Max is just visually. It's boring. It looks like all their other wheels. But, who cares? Sensei, I took a few test rides in Hyundai Ioniq 5, and what a nice EV car. Yeah, I've seen reviews on the Ioniq. Yeah, Hyundai does make some nice EVs. They're cool, man. They're really cool. For some reason, the Hyundai dealer down here doesn't sell them. I think in Florida, like they only sell those EVs in certain areas, and down here they don't. I don't know why. No, they're super cool. And Kia makes some nice ones too. Disconnected spent $450 for his V6. Yeah, okay. Well, so you got to about double that to get a V9. Well, once you're comfortable in the V6, sell it and get a V9. Or buy an X-Max. Dale has over 4,000 kilometers on your Lynx S already. So Dale, do you have any? What's your overall feeling of the Oryx? Are you glad that you have the Oryx or not? Or would you just like your Lynx S? You'd be okay with just the Lynx S? I'm curious. Marty said, I just popped in, saw the thumbnail, thought you were going to drag it through the dirt. No. I mean, how would I drag it through the dirt? I mean, I haven't heard anything that would make it worthy of being dragged through the dirt. Really? Simon asked Dale, are you still working with the circus? What? Dale, you're working for a circus? How? What? How did I not know this? Really? Working for a circus? Wait, hold on a second, guys. Hold on. in Dale is in Mululaba at the moment. What are you doing for the circus, Dale? Your life is just crazy to me, Dale. All right.
Marty commented on Johnny Go Room's video. I commented on it, conspiracy theories. We didn't land on the moon either.
Well, I mean that's an easy way to dismiss it, Marty. Does that mean that it's not true? I don't know. I mean, my point was Johnny has never struck me as the type of person that is looking to unnecessarily create drama. And evidently supposedly he was the stuff he was talking about, he was told by someone that was involved over there. I don't know who. I guess he wasn't supposed to reveal who it was. Some people in the stream have said that they feel like unless he has definitive proof that he can present, that he should just keep his mouth shut. I'm kind of I'm kind of the mindset that because I trust that Johnny is a straight shooter, and if what he said is true, I think it's terrible, and I think people should know about it. But I also appreciate the fact that that it's a damning thing to say without having definitive proof. Hold on a second. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Marty says, I'll stick with Roger, who was there when it happened. Well, supposedly this other person was, well, I don't know if they were there when it happened. I don't know. I don't know. So Roger's word is good for you, Marty? Now? Yeah. I'll leave it at that. It's hard to text and stream. Okay, Dale's going to Hervey Bay with the circus. Mike says, I can buy BYD down here in Mexico. Have you heard of them before? Oh, yeah. Well, Canada now is talking about importing Chinese EV cars. Yeah. There's a reason that you don't see Chinese EV cars in the United States, because they would crush the competition here. The BYDs, the Xiaomis, those EV cars, those Chinese EV cars are amazing, and they are inexpensive compared to what they're charging here in the United States. They're supposed to be really, really great vehicles for the money. So yeah, no, I'm very familiar. And yeah, so because they're such great cars, we can't buy them. Because then we would buy fewer Teslas and other American EVs. Dale says the Oryx is great, but I prefer the Lynx as I like to do jumps, so I'm going to sell the Oryx and maybe get a small wheel for tricks. Yeah, I was kind of wondering if that might happen, because the Oryx just never seemed to me to be the kind of wheel for the sort of riding that you do, Dale. I mean, obviously you ride your wheel a lot, but yeah, a Lynx seems to be your sweet spot. Ghost of Gut Funk in the circus. I imagine guys on electric unicycles in the little iron sphere cage now. Yeah. Oh, so Dale's just like okay. So he just helps set up all the stuff and pack it down. Okay. I don't know, Dale. Have you asked to maybe you could do like a little presentation on your wheel, man? Freaking riding around doing your crazy tricks. I bet there's a lot of people that find that pretty entertaining. Marty says YouTube chat is dead. Where's everyone watching this? I think I've explained this to you before, Marty. Maybe not. So I'll explain it again. When you look on the screen, now you have your phone, so it might be hard for you to see because it's on the bottom right-hand corner. It's probably small because I can tell that you're on the phone chat. All of the chat, this is actually streamed to 5 different sources. This is 5 live streams. There's a widescreen and phone format stream on the Duff channel, on EUC Army, and it goes to Twitch as well. Each one of those streams has its own dedicated chat. So when you're looking at the YouTube chat, you're only seeing the YouTube chat for people that are also watching it on the phone. The aggregated complete chat is displayed on the screen. I can see what everybody says. And if you look on the screen, you can see what everybody says. But if you're relying just on the YouTube chat interface, you can only see what other people that are in that same stream are saying. I know it's not ideal, but it's a way for me to stream to various locations. Oh, and Marty, I remember last time you were confused by this. I do have a new poll out there. Let's see if you remember how to actually vote in the poll because you were confused by this. Can you see this poll, Marty? What are your feelings about the Pagoda X-Max? There's 4 options. Number 1, I want one. Number 2, I no longer trust Pagoda. No thanks. Number 3, I would rather have a P6. Number 4, I don't want an X-Max or a X-Max. If you put 1, 2, 3, or 4, it will register in the poll and it will update this number automatically. You just type it in the chat. You don't click anything. You just type it in the chat. All right. Dale says the biggest circus tent in Australia. Really? That's cool. How long have you been doing that, Dale? And does it pay well? Ghost of Gut Funk. I'm the lone guy in Twitch. Don't mind me. Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, you were in the last live stream. I appreciate that, dude. Yeah, I've tried multiple times to kind of get my Twitch game together, and it just never goes anywhere. But I am there, and I do appreciate you participating from Twitch. Oh boy. All right.
Johnny is a drama queen. Are you kidding me? I don't even know his name or what he looks like. I'd rather argue with real people. What the?
What does that mean? What do you mean? He's a drama queen? All right. What do you mean you don't know what he looks like? I'd rather argue with real people. So what? Because he has a helmet on when he's riding, that means that he's not a real person? Is that what you mean? He's shown his face before. Oh, okay. That's a good clarification, Marty. Regarding EUCs, I'm good with Roger. That's a good clarification. The other things, they are banned. What are banned? What? E-bikes or what? What's banned? It's getting to be that way. You're right. Dale says BYD is the biggest ever manufacturer in the world now. Elon Musk laughed about them years ago, and now Tesla buys their batteries from them. Yeah, no, BYD is. Yeah, I have heard that. BYD is technically the biggest electric car manufacturer now. Yeah. Yep. I'm confident, and it won't happen, but I mean, I'm confident if Chinese EVs made their way into the United States market, they would take over fast. Yeah. Sensei agrees. BYD makes wicked good cars. Also does Xiaomi does as well. Xiaomi's like a big tech company over there. They make phones and all kinds of shit like that, but now they're making cars as well. Flip's here. Flip's here on his phone. What's up, everyone? What's up, Flip? How you doing, buddy? I'm doing okay. So Dale says that's why I want another small wheel, better for stage style tricks. Okay. Well, like, what are you thinking about? Like an in motion. I don't know. I mean, like the King Song 14s were good for that. Like the in motion V8, I guess you could use for that. I don't know. How about your 16X, a King Song 16X? That might be okay. I saw Wrong Way did a review on the King Song 16X Pro, which I thought was interesting. I didn't know that they did do some significant refreshes to the King Song 16X. Like it has different pedals and it actually has a screen. It has a little display screen on it. You know, similar to the large pixel format that's on a King Song S22, but it's a smaller screen, but it's that kind of screen. So yeah, they did actually do some improvements to the 16X Pro. Not that I would want one, but yeah, he did like a half-hour video, half-hour review of the 16X Pro. So you're on your PC, Marty, but you're on the narrow format stream is what I'm seeing. You're in the short stream. If you're on the short stream, you can. I have a pinned message at the top that has the link to the wide format screen if you want. But I am showing that you're on the shorts stream, which you can tell because you only just see me, and because I can see what the short stream is showing. You just basically see me in the chair. You don't see like my helmet's on the wall. You don't see my flux capacitor on the wall. What you do see in the wide format stream. Okay. I do appreciate you coming, Marty, because I mean it gives me an opportunity to use my voice mod.
I do understand how the streaming works. I was stating the YouTube chat is dead, and I was wondering where everyone is hanging out.
What do you mean it's dead? I got lots of chats in here. I don't understand what you mean. Dale's been doing the circus thing all year. Doesn't pay well, but I get paid cash, so no tax. Really? Okay. Yeah, I had no idea. Leo gets in here. Nice. What's up, Leo? Welcome, buddy. Welcome. Uh-oh. All right, here we go. We got some pushback. Dale says to Marty, so Marty, you don't know his name, which you just said, or what he looks like, but you have an opinion on him, right? I mean, I could expand on this, but we'll see what Marty says. One Last Run. Good evening, Duff and everyone. Good evening, One Last Run. Welcome. I've been streaming for 2 hours and 18 minutes already. Marty can't deal with the voice overlay today. Last live stream, Marty wanted me to use the voice one. Now it's annoying him. All right. Well, sorry, guys. We scared Marty away because he can't deal with the Karen voice. That's funny. Or maybe he couldn't deal with Dale pushing him on the Johnny comment. Maybe. Dale says I should have some of that tequila. It's still sitting here looking at me. Maybe I'll take a shot after I finish the Cayman Jack. So I'm getting tired. Oh yeah, we can talk about this. Wrong Way is now saying his clip-in pedals might have not been such a good idea after he broke his foot using them. Whoever could have predicted that bolting your feet to the pedals was a bad idea. Yeah, when he did that video about the SPD pedals, I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I mean, I have those pedals on my road bike. Yeah. Like if you're able to rotate your heel out, it releases. But there are situations where it doesn't release cleanly. It was he loved the feeling of being locked in. Well, you don't love the feeling when you fall and you're locked in. So yeah, he should take that video down where he's singing the praises of his SPD pedals. And the funny thing is, there's other people that are saying, "Oh yeah, this is the best thing ever. Where can I get some?" I'm like, oh, you guys are crazy, man. You're asking for broken bones or ripped joints or torn tendons. I mean, it's crazy. Diz says no tax because he gets paid in tips. Well, he's in Australia, Diz, so they do things differently over there. Yeah, Dale, see, we scared Marty away. We scared him away. That's too bad. Yeah, Marty can be, I mean, he can be highly irritated. So Sensei's watching on his Xbox, but using his almost dead phone to chat. Cool. And Dale agrees that it was a bad idea, the SPD pedals. Well, like I said, there was a percentage of people that thought it was a great idea for some reason.
I mean, really, is this voice that irritating? I don't know. I only hear it once I go back and listen to this once I make it a podcast. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is more irritating than I realize.
I'll have to apologize to Marty for irritating him so much. Wait, I'll send him a message now. Hold on. Let's see. Do I have Telegram? I'll send him a message in Telegram. See if he responds. Let's see. I do not use Telegram much. Okay. I got to update it. I haven't used it in so long. I have to update it. All right. Let's see if we can find Marty. Oh, there he is. Last seen an hour ago. Marty, I feel bad that the voice made you leave. Last time you enjoyed it, you must be in a bad mood because of the full moon. Sorry, buddy. All right, there you go. I apologize to Marty. Sort of. Not really. Dale says there's also a percentage of people that are stupid. Really, Dale? No kidding. I have no experience with stupid people. Not at all. Since they knew that the clipping pedals was a bad idea, yeah, sure was. But he pitched it like it was like the next coming of Jesus. I mean, Simon says it's a great voice. Marty is just being a chat Karen. Yeah, maybe. But like I said, it is full moon. So that does affect that. That typically does affect me. I don't think it really is affecting me this month. It's kind of hit and miss. But let's see when full moon actually is. Alexa, when is the full moon? And hurry up and tell me.
The full moon is happening right now. It's peaking at 1:23 p.m. Eastern time today, May 1st.
Why did it take you so long to tell me? Are you getting slow?
Slow? I just processed your question. Searched through astronomical databases, cross-referenced multiple sources, and delivered the exact timing of tonight's full moon in about 2 seconds. If that's slow, then what the hell does fast look like to you?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Hey, no need to apologize. I was just being my usual smartass self. Thanks for asking about the moon, though. It's actually pretty damn cool that we get to see the flower moon tonight.
Okay, so tonight is actually the peak of full moon. So yeah, that's probably why. But yeah, I've had a history of like for me, it's usually like 2 to 3 days before the actual full moon is when like it usually affects me the worst. It seems like I'm not the type of person like I look at the moon and like, oh, okay, well the moon's getting full, so I got to feel bad. And that's the other way. Like I'll feel bad, and I look up like, oh fuck, it's full moon. Oops, sorry. Um, and there's almost always a correlation with that. Like it seems like whenever I have had my biggest blowout arguments and conflicts with significant others, it's almost always, I think it's always actually been around a full moon, always. So yeah, it's weird. It's for some reason it just makes me feel very negative about everything, and I don't know. But I haven't really noticed that so much lately. Maybe it's because my girlfriend's awesome. Maybe I don't know. That could have something to do with it. Maybe I've been involved with less than awesome persons or people before. That could be part of it. Okay. Flip says, I knew those things were a bad idea. Even Wrongway seemed a bit hesitant endorsing them in the first video. Yeah, I was very surprised you would endorse that. Very surprised. I told you the sassy version of her, it's mildly entertaining. And don't ask her about political things. She will not talk political. She just gives you very generic, canned answers about political things. Although I asked her what she thought about Pam Bondi getting let go as the Attorney General, and 4 different times Alexa said that Pam Bondi was the Attorney General of Florida and didn't recognize that she was the Attorney General of the United States. And 4 times I told her this, and she said that she was not the Attorney General of the United States, which I thought was bizarre. So I said basically, why do you not know this? And she said, what are your sources for saying that Pam Bondi is the U.S. Attorney General? And I said, Google. So it pauses for like 5 seconds and says, oh, it turns out you were right. Pam Bondi was the U.S. Attorney General and was recently let go. So it was just like a head scratching thing to me. Like that's weird, right? It's weird that that it would not recognize that. It makes you think about what kind of censorship's going on, or massaging of information. Pretty weird. It's where the terms lunacy and lunatic came from. What is? Simon says, wrong way endorses riding naked at full speed into a plate glass window, regrets instantly. What? It sounds like something he might do. He's another guy that's been trying to, he's been very back and forth. Like he was trying to make a living on YouTube, and then said, I can't do it. I got to get a normal job. And then he made his normal YouTube channel. I guess that didn't do well. And either he couldn't find a normal job, or he didn't want to try to do a normal job, so he went back to being wrong way. And but his last video, again, he was making comments how he's having a hard time getting by with YouTube revenue, which definitely is hard to get by on. So yeah, I would not want to be trying to make a living being a content creator in the PEV space. It's too difficult. Wow. Oh, okay. Thank you, Simon, for that clarification. Oh, says lunatic and lunacy from the full moon affecting personality. Really? Yeah, I didn't know Luna was the moon. Okay, I'd never put those two together though. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, and it's funny. Like my dad's the same way. Like I remember my mom used to always say that, "Oh, it's a full moon. Watch out, your dad's going to be in a bad mood." And I always thought it was silly to equate those two things, put them together. But lo and behold, once I became an adult, I kind of realized that I had the same thing going on. So very weird. I'm not sure the scientific explanation. The magnetic field change affects the brain in some way. I don't know. I don't know why it happens. I just know it's a pain in the ass. I don't like it. All right, let me just throw out there again that if you want to help the stream, you don't have to be a member. You don't have to even be a subscriber if you don't want to be, but you can click the like button. If you click the like button, it will promote the stream to YouTube. It will help with replayability. And yeah, I mean, assuming you like the stream. If you don't like the stream, don't like it, I guess. So you can thumbs down it too, can't you? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can thumbs down it if you don't like it. And that'll still tell YouTube that you're engaged, right? That's all YouTube cares about, is that you're engaged with the video. All right, Cayman Jack's done. I don't know how much longer I can go here. I had the tequila looking at me. I mean, I could take a quick shot. I'm supposed to only do that if I got 5 super chats, and I haven't gotten any. So you clicked it twice, Diz. You click it twice, then you unlike it. Don't do that. Simon says my dad used to get affected by the full moon. Also, he was a werewolf, though, so it makes sense. Yeah. And sometimes I almost felt like I was a werewolf. I don't know. But I mean, like, it's funny. Like, I was in past relationships, most of them, I had underlying issues or unhappiness in them. And in normal situations, I would just sort of, push it under the surface but once the full moon would hit, that stuff would rise to the surface, and it would be like it would kind of come to a head, and it would be on my mind, and it would make me unhappy. Now I don't feel like I have that same kind of thing going on, so maybe that's why it's not affecting me in the same way, which is good. But Simon just gifted 5 memberships. Dude, he's done that a number of times. Awesome, dude. Thanks, man. I wasn't begging for it. I didn't, because you've done this like 2 or 3 times now. All right, let me look and see who got them. Let me see who got the gifted memberships. Let's see. Yeah, because it just randomly picks. So Disconnected just got a membership. Okay, so yeah, you get a free 1-month membership thanks to Simon. Orbit 71, I don't know who that is. SCKC5YB, I don't know who that is. JCI Bullet, I don't know these people. I only know Disconnected. George Gale. Wow. Yeah, Dale, I do remember that story that you started from a gifted membership. Awesome, Simon. Thank you, man. You have always been very, very generous to me. I always appreciate your generosity. And now that means that I would be over 30 members now. Because I had 26. Now I'd be at 31. Awesome. That's just a matter of how many of them stick. Now, I know some of your gifted members in the past, Simon, have stuck. There have been some that have stuck. Most have not, but some have. So yeah, that's great. Simon's a good guy. Sensei had clip-in pedals on my road bike. Yeah, me too. I was talking about that. Yeah, I have a road bike. It's sitting out there. I have a Trek road bike with SPD pedals on it. Did a couple test runs before taking it out on the road. My first time riding the street, I couldn't get my foot out of a clip and fell over at the red light. That's happened to me. Yeah, that's happened to me. Like I was on a road and the road had a crown to it to the one side, and I tried to release to the side of the crown, and it didn't want to release, and I wound up just falling on my side. Yeah, it happens. It definitely happens. So yeah, and that's with a nice light 20-pound road bike. You know that's only moving under my power. Doing it on a 100-pound wheel, no, thank you, no, thank you. Yep, Simon. Yep, I'm over 30, man. Look at my members. 31 members now. Beautiful. Although I don't know any of those names other than disconnected. I don't know these other people are actually on the stream right now. I don't know like how it works. Like if it only assigns gifted memberships to people that are currently watching the stream, maybe these other people are watching the stream and they're not commenting. That's possible, I guess. I don't know how it works, but anyways, I appreciate it. Thank you again, Simon. Simon is a legend. Yeah, I would tend to agree. Dale fell off his wheel drunk a few weeks ago when I was riding seated and pulled up and put my left foot out to stop on the ground and tip the other way. I think I remember, didn't you post like the injuries from that or something, Simon? Or Simon, Dale? I think you did. It's on video? Okay. I don't know if I saw that or not. Oh, well, I did see that. Now that you say that, I did see that video. Yeah, it looked kind of silly. Yeah, and you look drunk. All right, I'm going to hit the bathroom real quick. I'll come back. I'll do one shot, and then we'll see how long I last after that, because it's 10:22 my time. No, Mia, we're not going out yet. No. Just in case you're wondering, this is Mia. She's very sweet, but she's very high energy. Yes, right, Mia. Yes, but her and Elsa are like best friends. Like they spend all their time together, so it's good. Right. There you go. I'll be right back, Mia. We're almost done, honey. We're almost done. All right. I'm back. Is Mia Italian? Yeah, right? I don't think she is. Simon says he thinks he just picks from subscribers. Well, I wonder if you're a subscriber and you're not watching the stream, how you know that you're actually became a member. It must notify them somehow. I don't know. All right, here's my tequila. This is from Costco. Tequila Añejo. Yeah. This is like a lot of tequila. Like most of the tequila I've drank is clear. This is like amber in color, for whatever reason. It's some of the tequila I buy. It's expensive. It's like 60 or $70 for a container smaller than this. This stuff, it's like $20. So it seems, I don't know, it seems to get the job done. Tequila, yeah, I think the most tequila I've done is I've done at one point I did 8 margaritas at a Mexican bar. I don't know if I ever talked about this in the live stream. I may or may not have. Did 8. They had a 2-for-1 margarita deal going on, and I had 8 of them, and somewhere between 7 and 8, it started to hit me, and I was in bad shape, and I managed to stumble out to my Tesla, and I sat in my Tesla for an hour and a half, just feeling awful. I had the seat back, wound up throwing up 3 times. I just opened the door and threw up out the side of the door in the parking lot. Kind of embarrassing. And then finally, after an hour and a half, I just put the car in full self-driving mode, and it drove me home. Thankfully, it was only 2 miles. But yeah, so yeah, tequila can do a number on you. That was my point. Okay, so here we go. I'm just gonna, I don't know, drink some. Oh boy. Oof. All right. Here you go, Simon. Shot of tequila. Oh, yeah, you feel like going down. Dale, your little sister's name is Mia? No kidding. Cool. Cool. Yeah, and it's best to drink tequila with like a lime and salt and all that kind of stuff. But I didn't have any of that. Simon said the worst hangover he ever had was from tequila. I still like drinking it though. I don't. Even when I had that throwing up episode, I don't recall having a horrendous hangover. So I mean, I can drink it, but and that was just too much. It's always dangerous when you have these 2-for-1 deals. It's like, oh yeah, I'm getting this great deal. Look at me, getting twice the alcohol for the cost of one. And I've always had an issue with drinking faster than I should as well. So I paid the price. That was the first time I threw up in a long time. I would have had some Cayman Jack to wash it down. Yeah, sometimes we'll do like a mixed drink where it's like Cayman Jack, Sprite, and tequila. Mix those 3 things together. It's pretty good. And depending on how much tequila you put in there, that can kind of mess you up too. Definitely can. So, all right. So, what else we got here, guys? Let's see. I wonder if Marty responded to my apology. No. He mustn't be on Telegram right now. Nope, no response. Might have hurt his feelings. Let's see what else is going on. Let's see. From a 3D, Rexy's not here because Mr. Rexy is big into Scamster's the one that's big into 3D printing, not Mr. Rexy. Mr. Rexy, and I talked about this in the last live stream. I sent him a shirt. He's in Australia, and he hadn't gotten it. The last tracking I had gotten was early April, I believe. Said it was in Australia, but he never got it. And I advised him to like check with his local post office about it. He gave him the tracking number that I had, and I guess the Australia post office couldn't really do anything with that tracking number. So I placed a lost mail, whatever, I don't know, it's a request or whatever, with the U.S. Post Office. Hopefully they could find this item, but I have a feeling that it's probably lost, or I don't know. I don't know what happened to it. It made it to the Australia and disappeared. So we're going to give it some time, and then I might just send him another shirt through a different carrier, maybe like a UPS or something like that. So that's disappointing. And how did I get in that tangent? Oh, like I said, Mr. Rexy. No, that shot's. I think that shot's hitting me really quick. Scamster is the guy that's into 3D printing, and this week you can't really tell here. Can you? No, you can't. Well, sort of. But you can see here is my Snapmaker U1 printer. I've been shifting my room around to make room for another 3D printer that I have coming. I have a FlashForge Creator 5 Pro, which is very similar to the Snapmaker U1. It's a tool changing printer that allows you to print multicolor stuff significantly faster than a Bamboo Lab printer and with significantly less waste. And that's going to be arriving, and I plan to be having it on. I have a wooden stand that I built right here. You can't see it, but it's going to be sitting down here on this stand. And I've shifted everything around to give me room for that printer. And I also sent my Bamboo Lab A1 to my nephew last week to allow him to have fun with that. So I got rid of a printer, but I'm going to be replacing it. It's supposed to arrive sometime in May, I believe. So yeah, 3D printing is still going strong. Although I'm still not selling hardly any stands. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. People don't want to buy EUC Army stands anymore. Let's see. Oh, Dale is having a beer now. It's past midday. Okay, well, I feel better having my tequila then, Dale. Dale said, I had a shirt take about 7 months to arrive from Black Cobra, all because he accidentally put an extra number in the postcode. Really? So how did you eventually get it? Did you have to do something, or did it just show up? I mean, I'm pretty sure that I got the address correct. I mean, Mr. Rexy saw what I used, so. Oh, Simon went for a ride with Rex last week. He's a great bloke. Cool. No, he seems like a good guy. I feel bad. I feel bad that the shirt has not gotten there yet. Dale has stayed with Rex last time he was in Melbourne. Got a ride to SA with him. Yeah. Hey, Simon, did you know this? Do you know Scamster? I mean, do you ride with Scamster? Because I didn't realize that Scamster's name is Simon as well. I found that interesting that Scamster's real name is Simon. Oh, so the Australian Post Office eventually sent it back to him, and he sent it again. Oh, okay. Well, I have had that situation happen as well with stands. I think I told that story where I had one that was supposed to go to France that went to like California and back. I think I went to California, then it might have made it to France and came back. But yeah, I remember the stand came back. It was all busted up from getting shipped all over the world. Hi, honey. Hi. You ready to go to bed soon? Yes, Mia. Yes, honey. Yeah. Okay, we'll go to bed soon. Okay. So, anyways, yeah. Hopefully he gets it. We'll see. We shall see. So yeah, I think I don't know. I'm drawing a blank, and I think the shot is hitting me. So because talking is seeming more difficult right now. Dale says Scamsters is in Mildura. That's a few hours from Melbourne, where Simon is. Okay. It's pronounced Melbourne, right? That's the way that Australians say it, Melbourne. Have another shot. No, dude. No. I think I'll sleep okay as is. I think I'll sleep okay. You don't need me more drunk, believe me. It's so cute. These dogs, Elsa and Mia, they're so cute together. Like they're on Elsa's dog bed, and like they often will be like back to back or butt to butt, and like they always want to be close to each other. Dale said I said it right. Yeah, it's funny. I was listening again. I've still been continuing listening to my old live streams when I don't have any current podcast to listen to, and I'm up to live stream number 80 or 81. 81, I think. And in that live stream, it was, I think it might have been Simon and Dale were telling me how to pronounce certain things. It was Melbourne for Melbourne, and what was the other one? Melbourne, and there's another city as well that you say it that way as well. That an American wouldn't say it that way. I thought it was funny. It's very interesting to me to listen back to these old live streams. It's kind of like going into a time machine and reliving whatever was going on at that time. Like during that time, that was when I was in the middle of relationship turmoil, to put it mildly. I had just ridiculous things going on relationship wise, where I was dealing with someone that was just a dishonest, the narcissistic, just a bad person in retrospect. And unfortunately, I didn't realize it until it was too late. But I was in the middle of all that shit back then. That was back in 2023. Simon says, I don't know Scamster. As far as I know a guy called Simon who used to ride here in Melbourne. I don't think that's him. Melbourne. Dale says, I think it's Simon Shipcott. I don't know. Did I send, I might have, wait. I think I might have sent a shirt to him too. I can tell you. If I look at my shipping history on stamps.com, because he's in live stream sometimes. Let's see. Why people care about this? I don't. They probably don't. But I'm going to look anyways, because I'm curious. Let's see how many Simons I have here. Probably not that many. History. It's past 6 months. Okay, so is this you, Simon? Is your last name Cook Russell? Must be. But I don't see another Simon. Huh. Did I not send? I could have swore I sent him a shirt. Maybe I didn't send Scamster a shirt. I see Dale. Dale's shirt. Yeah, I don't see him. And Mr. Rexy, let's see. I mean, the address I sent to him is in Spotswood, wherever that is. So yeah, no, I don't see Scamster in this list. I thought he had something sent to him, but I may be incorrect. It's possible. Dale, Simon, and Rexy. Who knows? Dale can hear the crowd at the circus going wild because the motorbike is flipping through the circus tent behind me. That's funny, man. So I still can't believe that Dale's working for a circus. That's so funny. Simon says, stoked you found yourself a good woman, Duff. Yeah, me too. Me too. It's a good thing. It makes a big difference. You know, when you have a woman that you can trust and is solid, and it makes a big difference. Simon's last name is Shirel. Well, then who's Simon Cook Russell? What the heck? Dale saying, imagine if you married someone named Michelle to Simon. Yeah. Imagine that. Oh, wow. Okay. So we are creeping up now on the 3-hour mark. I think that's probably a good point for me to end it. I haven't done a 3-hour stream in a while. And I'm probably only doing a 3-hour stream because my girlfriend's out of town, I would imagine. So, but it's been fun. It's been fun, even though I haven't had anything as structured to talk about as I hoped. It's been good getting opinions from everybody. It's a big thanks goes out to Simon for gifting 5 memberships to get me over 30. I appreciate that very much. I think that's all I have. I'm gonna get some EUC content out there this weekend. I will. That's not a statement. That's a promise. I will. There will be a conventional EUC video from me this weekend. I'm just not sure exactly what it's going to be, but there will be. So, but I appreciate everyone stopping by. I hope you Australian guys have a great Saturday, and I'm going to go enjoy my pillow, I think. So that's all I have for now. Thanks again for stopping by. Until next time, Duckman out.